Welcome to another cold North Carolina Saturday. We left Kansas for weather like this and we found it here.
We did.
So we're not sure what happened. We're going to blame all the sun that came from Kansas and brought the bad weather. In any case, welcome to our channel. If today is the first time visiting in our channel, we want to extend to you a very warm welcome and invite you to view any of our over 550 videos that we have arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we are confident you're going to find something both useful and entertaining to watch. If you have been here before, welcome back. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. So our plans for today were including purchasing nice finished lumber that the weather makes very hard because we don't have a van to include them. We don't have an easy way to keep them dry to bring them here. So one of the problems we're facing in our shop is we have, like every shop I think, right? We have a lot of lumber that it is left over from other projects. So we're switching gears today, and our project will be, hopefully, to find a way to organize this lumber, using it to organize more lumber. So we're going to use scraps to create some scrap organization construct. But first we have to create some space to take all our scraps out so we know what we have. So stick around and we're going to... So today, using our scraps, we are going to build this movable scrap bin to contain the rest of the scraps we didn't use to build this. But this is an example of how much you can build using just your scraps, right?
Right.
All right, folks, so stick around and we're going to show you in detail how to build it. So we're going to spare you the details of organizing, but the idea is to take that pile back there and transform it to other little piles of like wood, right?
And then we've also got that
Yeah, we have plenty of piles.
back in there, and then we've got some stuff going on back here in the corner as well. A lot of different areas where we've got
We'll
scrap.
spend some time and we're going to be back when we're a little better organized.
Oh, you're not gonna let me film you organizing?
No,
Moving stuff around?
no,
Why not?
because no,
Maybe the camera person will just be, doing what they want.
no. I'm the director. Camera woman. So the big bud is keeping us warm and we are progressing. We have some very interesting collection of wood that when it was in the pile in the corner we didn't even know what we had, correct?
Right, I had no idea we had this many pieces of this
Right, and we have some,
dimension.
hopefully enough large pieces to create something with it, right? But this is an assembly of some organization. We have more small pieces, but there is no reason to take all the small pieces out right now, right? So we're going to take a look at this and try to create a rudimentary build in our mind and then go from there.
Okay.
So in our scrap, we found an OSB piece that's about 4 feet wide, and we're going to cut a piece of that because part of our organization, I want to take everything from off the floor, right? So we're going to make a shelf for our planer. So we decided that needs to be about 14 inches wide. So we're going to cut 14 inches of this 4 foot OSB board, and the remaining will become the base for our organization center, right?
Yep.
That's the plan. That's the story. We're sticking to it.
Excellent.
All right. So now we're going to mark and cut and.
Woo! Can you...
Let's move this. I think you cut right on your mark. Your pencil mark. So this should be able to fit the other board, right?
It's wide enough.
Okay. And deep enough, right?
Um,
So we also located an extra 2x3, which will be very good for us to make the base. And it also has a 3M. I don't know, have any idea why. Who knows what I was doing with this, right? So I think we have enough material here for the base. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right, so let's cut some pieces to see what we're going to do. Do you have the other one too?
I think so.
So what we're doing right now is splitting some decking boards in to create part of the base structure for this wood storage system. And he's found another staple in the end of the board there.
And if you like your blades, you don't want
You
to
probably
sell-
want to take those out, yeah.
If you like to spend your money buying more blades, however, you don't have to. Plus, it will make nice little fireworks.
We like fireworks, but not that kind.
You know?
Okay.
Once again, amazing how a blade that is sharp cuts.
Yep. And you may be wondering, why are we using decking boards? Because this is in our scrap pile and this is what we have.
Right. And we try to preserve our nice wood.
Right. So we're using what we have to make the base for this wood. And so here we have clamped the first framing board into place. We flipped it over so that we can install the screws from the top down.
No, that's not the right one.
So here we are, we're installing the screws from the top side of the board into our bottom framing board.
And I like to go to the two ends first, always, because that locks the position, right? How many screws you guys think we need?
5.
5.
Yep.
So we're going to do that throughout.
You don't have to put it so close to the edge because you have like a almost 3 inches here.
There we go, and the first one is installed.
So we're looking at the underside of our structure, and we happen to have those wheels. Again, we're trying to use everything we have here, right? So these are probably a little overkill, but it won't be bad. It will be just,
Right.
if we need them for another project, we can switch them, right?
Right.
Yep.
And these we had and we found for a good deal at a restore one time.
Yeah, so they were not expensive. If you were to buy them, they would be expensive, right? And one of the things I like about them is they're actually locking wheels.
Right. And rotating.
So if it gets too heavy, we don't want to move it around. We lock it and it stays in place. So now we're going to use some screws that already have built-in washers in them.
Lathe screws.
Okay.
And those are ideal for this situation. All right, so we're going to attach them and we're going to be back with you.
Do you want to put it here?
No, I want to be parallel though as much as we can. No, here.
Okay.
But
hang on.
do I need to release it a little?
Sure, can you move it? There.
Okay. See how nicely this washer gets to the. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times.
Yep.
And we will be done. So here we are, all the wheels are rotating or swiveling, right? And they're all locked. So these are ideal for this project. Again, for the argument about tools, this is a $29 Black & Decker drill, right? Don't be fooled, you have to buy a $300 Festool drill to do anything. You can do things with basic tools.
But
Alright.
like one more comment about your accessories for your tools.
Oh, the cheap accessories?
These I don't recommend.
If you're gonna
No.
spend money on something for your tools, do it on the accessories.
Right, always is better to.
Right.
For example, this kit looks fantastic, right? It looks nice. It has all kind of beats and.
And it's probably a decent price. I don't remember what
But
it
I
was.
don't know if you can focus on that. You can see how much damage it has sustained.
They're almost soft.
Yeah.
They're too soft, right?
Yeah. So really we need to toss these and find
No,
another
we're going to
solution.
use them until they're dead.
They're dead.
Well, the Phillips are dead,
No,
but
they are dead.
No, I said no.
They are
But
dead.
anyways, to the point is better spend your money on better accessories, better drill bits than the most expensive drill you can buy.
Right.
In most cases, anything that any expensive drill can do, this $30 drill can do as well, right?
Right.
All right, so we'll move on. We don't have a definite design in mind, so we're going to work
Make
on
it up as we go
It's
along.
going to be organic as we build it.
Yeah, organic. Which means if we were to sell it for you, it will be very expensive. That's what organic means.
Right. Right.
Organic
Custom.
and part of the design is that we want it to be tucked under the station here. So the height that we're going to end up needs to be such as we can push it underneath, right? Now, if you don't want that, it can be as high as you want it. But in our case, that's a consideration we want to.
That's another thing because we're custom building it to our space, and that would be for anybody building
Right.
one of these themselves. They could make it for whatever space they have.
Correct. So we said we're going to have what, 3 feet?
3 feet of this.
Okay, of this doesn't mean anything.
Well-
3 feet of height.
A 3 feet height, and so we're going to cut.
All right. So we'll do some more cutting and we'll get back. Even though we're not using Craig pockets here, these clamps are amazing in keeping things flush. Does it make sense? So we're using it as we're going to drill to give us a better hold on the joint. That's what you wanted?
You want to go and make the second hole?
No. Not on green. Did it? I want to take it out for a minute.
And so explain what we have here. We've decided to use some triangle cutoffs that we had from another project as braces for the uprights on the support here.
We're trying to use all our scrap so we don't have a lot of scrap to store in this. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I'm going in and out here is to clear the drill bit from debris so we can go through, right? All right. Now things are not going to necessarily match on the other side because everything we use is scrap, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's sturdy enough. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. We're going to do the same to the other side and we'll be right back. So here we are. We've made some vertical supports. Again, using this actually is the offcut from our stairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're using whatever exists. If you want to make it, you can buy brand new lumber and do it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But usually, triangle shapes provide very good support, and they don't use as much wood as if you want to do a lot like a square or something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to find something to bridge those two. So we're going to have another visit to our scrap right now.
So we've got a supporting cross member for the top of this that we cut to the same size as the vertical uprights. And now we're drilling some pilot holes for the 2 screws we're going to put into each side to hold it in place.
What is our... Okay?
Yeah, I'm just trying not to move it and hold it in place.
You can look at it here. Let's do the other one first. Let's rotate it. And we can see now already the utility of the wheels, right?
Yeah, and these are really nice wheels. It's moving very, very nicely.
And when we bought them, we didn't have a project for it. It was just a very good deal on a risk.
Yeah, and so why pass them up, right? We
Right.
knew we'd come up with something, and we have.
Sometimes you find something in a really good price, you get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
You want to lock them?
There. And again, those have a really positive lock. Those flip down.
Ready? Yeah, I think I should put two. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think so.
So start taking shape, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why there?
Because it's in the middle.
I don't want it that close to the head. By the way, we only lock two of the wheels, but still it's enough for us to put substantial force behind it, but it's locked, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it is empty.
Nice view of your parka there.
My parka?
Yeah, it went right in front of the camera.
Sorry.
Now that is nice and solid, and these, all you have to do is push them back down
You press towards the edge.
toward the middle. Yeah,
That
there you go.
part.
So let's try it.
Fine.
And see, it moves very well across the floor.
It's almost a zero clearance, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. We're locking those wheels again. And gonna put that final pilot hole and screw for this side of the support.
So far we're designing as we go along. I mean, we had a general idea in our mind, right?
Uh-huh.
But there is not a specific design in mind.
It's all right, we'll get it. And these are 4-inch screws that we're using. Maybe a little bit of an overkill for this, but it's what we had.
Well, for those, there was no choice. Really.
Right, those it definitely was applicable, but for these maybe we didn't need quite as long, but that's what we have, so that's what we're using.
All right, and you get the general idea now.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a few small additions, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to be right back.
Okay, I just want to show people how much nicer our shop is with the,
Compared to the outside?
yeah, so it's like 35, 36 outside, and with the little buddy going, we're riding just under 60 right now.
I tried actually 30, not 35.
Well, I'm just telling you what it said in my car. Anyway, so it's nice and warm
So for our
compared to.
top member, we used a 2x4, but we had to rip it because it was a little wider. This is a 2x3. So we had an extra piece, which was the right length, and nicely fit to create a brace. So if we put some pieces of wood that they are not as tall as our design, they will not fall through the other side. Okay? Now we're going to continue the design.
So what we have done is cut this whiteboard, which is
More scrap.
another scrap piece, which is particle board covered in a white laminate, but we've cut it to the width of our organizer here, and we're going to attach it to the verticals. I'm going to drill 2 pilot holes on either side.
Now at this point, if you want it to look prettier, you would have to use a similar material, right?
Right, but were you just using scraps? We're not necessarily making this for looks, we're making this for utility, right?
Right. Yeah, that's not the right one. The correct screw.
Yeah, driver bit. And then amazingly,
It works.
it works. And again, here's an example where we talked about using really good bits versus an inexpensive drill. This really good bit is a DeWalt brand. We're not sponsored by DeWalt, but we like them. And they work really well, and they're not soft, and they don't shred
Yeah, you would make 2 holes there.
when you're trying to
One top, one bottom.
install your screws. Do you need to move this at all?
You sure you don't need to go more?
It's only a 1 1/4 screw. Do you want me to make the bottom one over
Sure.
there?
Careful.
So again, if you were making that for a friend or to sell or something like that, I would say you stay with the same type of material. The idea for us is to organize without spending any money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have spent already the money, I guess. But
Right, but we're not spending additional money. We're just using what we have in the shop to make this.
is my big head in your way?
No. Woo,
What?
just went right in.
Just a sec.
Frankly, Siri has something to say.
Siri has something to say.
We need a longer one.
Yeah, let's get a lot of them.
Okay, can you do this? Reverse it.
Here you go. We're on film.
We're on film.
We're on film.
Wow.
For those of you that ages us, because we're actually on film instead of just digitally recording. So what are we doing? What are we saying?
I'm looking at more scraps to fix the scrap thing,
To fix the scrap thing.
to make the scrap bin work.
Can that be the sides?
That's what I'm looking.
Maybe. I think that's our other piece over there for the front. I'll hold this. Go get it. This board seems to be not cut even or something.
Well, no, this is pressure treated board. It's not really intended for what we do.
Yeah, it's quite thick.
Huh?
I don't think that's going to work. But we got a couple of pieces over there that could potentially work. There. See? By your feet.
Oh, jeez, back. All right.
You realize I'm actually recording this, right?
Well, I didn't say anything bad.
Hmm.
All I said is I'm going to spank you. I have 1,000 ideas that I cannot make work together right now.
Well, then, how good are they?
Fantastic.
Excellent. Okay, well, there's our other piece that's going to be the front of this little section. We're working on figuring out what are going to be the sides. And are you going to section it off and have a middle part too?
I haven't decided anything. I mean, we're still in the design.
You're doing
as we
your
go.
organic design concept?
Yeah, organic, my butt.
It's evolving as we're building it, and it's just sort of flowing together. That's called organic.
It's flowing and
Oh,
webbing.
please let me see that again. I have to see that again. Do it.
Flowing. Ebb, right? Is that what
Yes.
it's called? Ebbing?
Well, ebb and flow. Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
You didn't even know I was ebbing, did you?
I didn't.
Now we can square it.
Well, this is this one.
Yeah.
All right, but we need to square it. Can you bring it here? Because this is too long.
So now because we cut that custom angle, we're just going to take that same one, flip it over, and then do the square bottom side. So we have two pieces that are... two pieces that are the same for our two sides.
Okay, you good there?
Yep. There we go. Okay.
Now again, I freehand cut it, which is for this project is fine, right?
Right, because we're not building furniture, we're just
Right, yeah, but-
building a bin.
It is close enough, as they say.
And so now you can see we've got the high angle at this end, and then it angles down to meet up with the front piece. And there we go.
Okay.
And then we're talking about possibly doing another separator piece in the middle here so that we can have like really small pieces of wood on one side and slightly larger on the other.
There you go.
Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
I would say I will put 2 pocket screws there, and then attach the box by itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we set up the pocket hole jig, and we have marked our boards and drilling these pocket holes so that we can use these to attach the box, the partial box, once it's created, to the back and to the floor of our organization. I think you're in reverse again. There you go. Of our scrap wood organization bin.
Now the techniques we show you and even the design can be used for a lot of other things. Like you could use something like that to organize a kitchen if you are at a smaller scale. Put your cleaning supplies, things of this nature, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and probably we need some pocket screws on this as well, right?
On this.
Don't we need on this?
Yep.
Okay.
So as you can see, there's pocket holes, screw holes on the back there, and then also on the bottom. And that's what's going to hold this piece to the back and to the bottom of the
1, 2, or 3.
frame.
How many you want? This is probably thicker, isn't it?
I think so. Is it in reverse or forward?
I don't know, love.
Reverse. Thank you.
I would go on the top right now because it is not straight at all. So figure it out and then do the. And remember, you're not going to go flash on it because you cannot. So go. Why are you going into that slow speed? The reason we're using pocket screws here is because it's the best option for what we're doing. We're not trying to hide the. We don't care if they're visible or not. But it's the easiest way to make a secure connection. It has definitely become one of our favorite methods to connect wood, hasn't it?
I think so. We're using it a lot.
And again, like we did with the organization we built for the tools in the past, angles tend to give interest to pieces of furniture or builds in general, right? Instead of having everything square.
As you can see, this is really stable and secure now. And so the front board, we also put pocket screws, pilot holes in there into the front just so that it can secure to the bottom.
But we're going to also attach it with screws this way, right?
Yeah, but we're going to attach it to the side piece just through the front through regular screws, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the plan.
So we'll come back when that's done. And here we're drilling the pilot holes for securing the front to those side pieces.
but they haven't decided what screws yet.
So we've cut another board to fit here. We actually found one that fit exactly into the space up and down, and then we measured the angle again, just marked it from the bottom here and the top, and then drew a line. Now we're drilling those pilot holes so that we can attach it. And because we can see the top one but not necessarily the bottom one, we're using that square to align the drill. And we're going to do that for the back as well, and then we will install the screws. And I think that's our last piece, right?
Well, it's a whole design, right?
Yep. So we cut a little lip piece for the side that's going to hold the longer, taller pieces of wood so that they don't slide off the bottom here. We're just going to tack it into place with our brad nailer.
Okay, see if it attached it.
It does.
Okay.
Okay, nice and secure now. Fantastic.
All right.
And so here's...
So here we are. It is really, as you can see, very easy to move. Like you see, one finger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we will see how it is when we load it, but it might evolve a little bit as our need evolve, right?
Yeah.
We might put a handle here. It doesn't seem to be meeting it right now, but we might. And also I was thinking to put some hooks so we can have a bungee cord or a rope or something to hold the longer pieces on when we move it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But again, those are minor details. The major build is done, and this is it.
Okay.
And with the magic of editing, we are organized. Yeah, it's still very easy to move around. I mean, it's extremely smooth. I don't know if it is visible on the camera.
Yeah.
As we were loading, I noticed maybe I will do a couple of improvements. I might put something here to prevent things like dowels from coming out, right?
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the design is what we wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think we need another basket, maybe higher here, to complement this?
Probably.
Anyway, it's a work in progress. This is pretty much what we envision, and definitely it allows us to see our inventory of pieces, especially the larger pieces. So we hope you did like this project. What do you think, ladies?
I like it.
Definitely.
So we use our scrap to build a scrap bin,
Yeah.
right? Is that what we call it, the scrap bin?
That's right.
Yep.
And I don't know if you can see it, it is really nicely organized and will allow us to use more scraps to build more things from scraps in the future. Because some of those pieces I've forgotten we had, to be honest.
Right.
They were very well hidden, right?
Oh, yeah.
And if you were to look at our scrap, I would not tell you that we had enough to build something like this in this dimension,
In
right?
fact, you did say.
I did say. If you enjoyed this episode, we ask you to give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, the other button works as well. Share, like, subscribe if you have not done so, and let us know what else you would like to see in future episodes of the Urban Homesteading channel. From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida, and the Urban Homesteading channel, want to wish you well, wash your hands, put your masks on, and we're going to see you soon. Farewell, friends.